In this video, I'll be talking through the dorsal column and medial lemniscal pathway, or DCML. This is a sensory pathway which carries information about mechanical touch and proprioception. The neurons in this pathway are big and fast, and we're going to put them in our places as we follow two pathways up the spinal cord. I'll be charting where in this pathway we are, using these cardboard plates to simulate the sections of the spinal cord, as if we were looking at a sliced up nervous system. Like other spinal pathways, this signal is going to pass through three neurons. The first order has the sensory receptor at one end and goes right up to the medulla. The second order takes it as far as the thalamus, and the third order takes it to its destination in the primary somatosensory cortex. Let's start off with the cutaneous receptor in the sole of your left foot. If you dig your heels into the ground, that deep pressure is sensed by the Pacinian corpuscles. They're one of many sensory endings that start off this pathway. The action potential from this receptor here is going to travel along the first order neuron, which is this blue one. This neuron's body is in a dorsal root of the spinal cord. In this case, it's in one of the left L4 to S3 roots because this first order neuron will be part of the tibial nerve. On the other side of the neuron body, the axon enters the spinal cord and travels up the gracile tract. I've marked this with G, this little green teardrop here. It travels ipsilaterally, which means it stays on the side that it came from. As we get more rostral, or closer to the head, more and more nerve fibres are going to come in and travel lateral to this one. So they'll come in just about here, still in the gracile tract. By the time we reach the upper thoracic segments, the spinal cord also has a cuneate tract, which I put here in orange, and that carries the upper body's nerve fibres. Here's one coming from the right hand. Same deal, up the ulnar nerve and into the dorsal root of T1. It's going to join the right cuneate tract. Let's join the two pathways that we'll follow together. The two pathways keep on travelling ipsilaterally until they make it to the medulla oblongata. It's now time for these two pathways to synapse onto their second order neurons at the gracile and cuneate nuclei respectively. When we leave these nuclei, it's no longer called the dorsal column, but instead the medial lemniscus. The sensory decussation point of the medulla is here, so our second order neurons are going to cross the midline right away. These thick purple bands in the pons are the medial lemnisci, and that is where our second order neurons are going to go through. The purple band you see here would all be cut sections of nerve fibres just like these ones. Our second order neurons get as far as the thalamus before they synapse. This is a cross section of the brain looking caudally, so it is at a right angle to the other sections here, like this. The third order neurons finish off the pathway by carrying the signal from the thalamus to the primary somatosensory cortex up here. Information from the foot is processed up here. Information from the hand is processed up here, for the left and right sides of the body, respectively. And that is our DCML pathway all put together. We've got our gracile and cuneate tracts, we've got our synapse and our decussation. We've got it crossing to the front and travelling up the medial lemniscus. Then finally, we've got the thalamus and up to the sensory cortex. Hope you found this enjoyable. Thanks everyone.